In a riveting twist of events, the Supreme Court has once again plunged Americans into a state of nail-biting anticipation. Their decision on Donald Trump's audacious quest for kingly immunity, shielding him from prosecution for his alleged involvement in the tumultuous insurrection of January 6, 2021, has been tantalizingly postponed. As the law term nears its end, with a staggering number of over 20 rulings still hanging in the balance, the court chose to unveil a mere 4 opinions on this fateful Thursday, leaving Trump's fate precariously undecided. The weight of this decision is further amplified by the fact that 3 of the current justices were appointed by Trump himself. Their contemplation on his plea for immunity holds the power to shape the course of history, casting a long shadow over the outcome. Trump's impassioned plea for an all-encompassing shield against prosecution, a shield that would shield him from the consequences of his alleged role in the audacious coup attempt, stands as the cornerstone of his defense against the formidable federal charges of election subversion. This delay in delivering a decisive ruling poses a formidable obstacle in the relentless pursuit of justice, thwarting attempts to bring him to trial in the heart of Washington, D.C., before the impending November election. Legal analysts and court observers are becoming increasingly alarmed by the court's sluggishness, which has ignited concerns about the inner workings of the institution. The justices are now making decisions at a pace that rivals the second slowest rate since the 1946 term, as reported by the Wall Street Journal. This lethargy has prompted fears of deeper underlying problems within the court. Lee Littman, a former clerk to Justice Anthony Kennedy, expressed her anxieties in a thought-provoking op-ed for the New York Times, suggesting that these delays indicate internal dysfunction. Littman went on to highlight a troubling pattern of the court, swiftly issuing rulings that favor Republican interests, while dragging its feet on more contentious matters. Her critique also extends to the substance of Trump's immunity claim, adding another layer of concern to the mix. She characterized the arguments put forth by his lawyers as absurd and insane, condemning their claim that Trump's presidency grants him absolute immunity, even hypothetically shielding him from prosecution for heinous crimes, such as assassinating a political adversary. According to their interpretation, this view aligns with their understanding of the Constitution, which they assert requires impeachment as a prerequisite for any criminal charges against a current or former president. Complicating matters further is a growing divide within the conservative faction of the court. A recent ruling on a trademark dispute revealed a stark contrast between Justices Amy Coney Barrett and Clarence Thomas regarding the doctrine of originalism. Originalism entails interpreting the Constitution based on its original intent at the time of its drafting. Although they agreed on the verdict of the case, Barrett's opinion sharply criticized Thomas for his careless originalism, showcasing her willingness to challenge the methodological rigor of her fellow justices. This division, originating from a relatively minor case, hints at potential upheaval in future, more significant rulings. Barrett's critique does not herald a departure from her steadfast conservative principles, but rather hints at a possibility that she may not always find herself in perfect harmony with the court's most staunchly right-leaning factions when it comes to crucial verdicts. As Slate reports, the ripples of these tensions that surge through significant cases are likely to seep into even the smallest ones, implying that Barrett's autonomous perspective could wield a profound impact on the court's intricate dynamics, shaping its course in consequence. Celebrations erupted among supporters of former President Donald Trump, as legal analyst Lisa Rubin made a bold assertion regarding the Supreme Court's delay in ruling on Trump's claims of presidential immunity. Rubin's analysis, widely discussed across political circles, framed the court's hesitancy as a strategic victory for Trump, setting the stage for intensified legal and political battles in the coming months. Rubin emphasized that the prolonged absence of a definitive Supreme Court ruling on presidential immunity serves Trump's interests by extending the legal process. This delay, Rubin argued, allows Trump to perpetuate a narrative of victimization and political persecution, rallying his base around